So this video is in response to what Rhiannon had emailed me, and it is just a response to that. And just like talking about some of the things that she touched upon and that I want to kind of go into more depth about and stuff like that. So, one of the things was when I used the phrase these kinds of people. What I mean by this, I guess I didn't really word it very well, honestly, was someone with a mental disability or just a disability in general. And what I meant by these kind of people is just like I haven't been given the opportunity to work with someone with a mental disability or something that makes it harder for them to just like learn right away type of thing, like somehow like something that you or I might be able to pick up really quick might take them a bit longer and stuff like that. And that's kind of what I found in this in my first placement class. Actually, I was able to do it on Friday and I quite enjoyed it. The student that I had that Zoom was actually working because one of the other students was just not able to get on, and that's okay. Things happen, and hopefully we'll be able to figure that out for next week. But they were very enthusiastic about it. They had their own guitar, and this was like the first time that they've had like actual lessons on the guitar. And they were really willing to try new things and stuff like that. So I was quite glad with that. And yeah, um, I just wanted to like say like yeah, like these kinds of people, I guess I didn't really mean it in that sense, like in a bad way or anything like that. I haven't been given the opportunity because most of the time if I'm teaching it, there's no one no one needs that extra help in that sense. No one needs like that extra time and that slow like moving, like this is how we do it, or like they have challenges that like something like I might not have because I don't have that disability and they do, and it's something that they're working on and it's something that they're working through. And from what I found this past week, they were doing a really good job. They were so like willing to learn and to try new things, and I'm even having them send me like their top 3 songs that maybe they want to learn on the guitar, and just to like keep them motivated and keep them like going and stuff like that. Um and yeah, now on to like, or I guess one last thing of like why have they been excluded from these spaces? Because I don't think they've been necessarily excluded, but I just don't think they've been given the opportunity to join in on these sorts of classes. Because I, for many years, have taught dance classes, and I just don't think that they really like were given the opportunity or really wanted to, or maybe they were too scared to try a dance class or something like that, which really sucks because dance is for everybody. Everybody can dance no matter what. And I guess now with this placement, continuing with this placement, it'll be easier for me to feel more inclusive and be able to like try new things and like allow for anyone of all walks of life to join in a classroom, in my classroom, in a dance classroom, or if I end up teaching privately at some point. But obviously my main goal is high school. So the other thing of needing the idea of thinking on your feet, because I had no idea what I was walking into. I honestly did not know how many people were going to be in this class because I was informed that there was going to be one person, and then I got there and there were 2, and then someone else is joining later. And then of course the one person, their Wi-Fi wasn't working very well, so they couldn't really get onto Zoom and all of that stuff. And like I just think like thinking on your feet and being on your toes and being willing to be flexible and like make those changes on the fly, but have like a template of what you want to try and accomplish and see where you get. And then you can, if you don't accomplish it all, that's okay, because this is what they were able to get through, and you can spend more time on that to make sure they really understand what you're talking about. And then you can move whatever you missed to the next class. Like it's not crazy hard, especially in this situation, because there isn't so much of a deadline or like marks or anything for them that you have to get in a classroom, in a more classroom setting. This is more of a just, I want them to enjoy their time, and I want them to understand and learn and get something out of this and feel like they're actually accomplished. They feel accomplished in what they're doing. For this course, I like thinking on my feet like throughout the years has always been a thing that I've kind of had to do. Going back to like being in a dance class where I've taught dance, and maybe they're not fully grasping the concept that I'm trying to teach, that I have to think on my feet as to how can I teach it another way? How can I incorporate something that they already know and like make it so that they do understand what I'm trying to teach them. So I think it's a skill that I've been working on for a long time, and that I can continue to use throughout the years, because it's something that I think is really important. Um, uh, and just like how we can use those things and like learn from our past and like bring in new things and just like figure out a way to be able to switch on the fly and just like be able to get through what you want to get through, or just whatever you can get through sometimes. In this past lesson, this past class, I was able to get through all the songs that I had planned out. Or we got through all of the songs, but one of the songs was definitely a lot harder than the other two. So we had just kind of slowly gone through that, and then we just took it back. We went back to the other two and just kind of went over them again. And I think it was really helpful to go back and like remember what we did. And yeah, I think like this week went really well with that, and I hope I've answered a lot of like the questions that you had. Um and yeah, I'm ready to see what comes next in this class, and hopefully everybody can actually join in on the Zoom and be able to learn something out of this too.